Hello and welcome to another episode of my Working with Evernote series, and today I've got something really special for those of you who are suffering from a little bit of subscription fatigue. Now, these days, if we want to buy an application, we are pulled into paying a monthly subscription or an annual subscription, which can be prohibitively expensive. But if you're an Evernote user, you can actually do something that people are spending $3, $4, $5 a month doing, which is you can create your very own habit tracker by simply using Evernote's tables. It's a really neat little trick. You can keep everything together. You can add notes, which a lot of these habit trackers do not allow you to do. And you can keep it all contained within your own notebooks. So without any further ado, I would just like to say, if you do get any value from this video, please help me by clicking on that like button below. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, and you want to get all the latest tips, tricks and news on using Evernote, then please subscribe to my channel. Okay, let me take you into Evernote now, and I'll show you this little habit tracking trick.
Right, so here is what I am talking about. We have created basically a table and made it into a calendar. So let's just remove all this side information so we're not distracted. And I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so we can see what we're doing. So here we have I've just decided to call this note Habit Tracker. Of course, you can call this whatever you want. You may wish to organize your habit tracker by different types of habits that you're tracking. I actually personally prefer to keep everything in one note, simply so that I can then come to it and just do it all in one go instead of looking for and opening all the different notes. It saves maybe a couple of minutes a day, but a couple of minutes are certainly something very useful. Now, you do have two options setting this up. You can create a table, which I would just call a generic table with five rows and 7 columns, indicating this is 1 week, this is 2 weeks, this is 3 weeks. Now, as you can see here, I'm going to actually just clear these so that you can see what we're doing. So basically, once you've set up the column, or once you've set up the table, which I'll show you how to do that in a moment, you can then just add in the numbers inside here, which again I will show you in a second. Now, the way that this works essentially is just that on day 1 you would tap on the actual day, you would choose a color. Now, I choose green to say it's been done, and I choose red to show when it hasn't been done, because that just gives a really nice contrast. Again, you get to choose whatever colors you want to use. Now, that's the basic table that you can use. Now, another one is if you actually want to track the days of the month, you can do that too. You just add an extra row and put Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Again, you can choose the color that you want as the heading. So if you don't like that kind of purple, you can use that one. Oops, I need to select all the row so I can change the color there if I wish. And actually, you can use this to color code the various tracking that you are doing. And then in this case, this is April 2023, so that started on Saturday. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and you just, with these ones here, what we do is we just choose the gray color from the color picker. Okay, so that's how we essentially do it. Now, ideally, as I'm doing this one here is tracking a morning routine. So what you can do, for example, is you can then use a simple checklist. You can just go let's say, what do we do as a morning routine? So make coffee. I'm just going to write mine. Make coffee. If I can only spell coffee. Drink lemon juice. I really am struggling to spell today. Drink lemon juice, write journal, clear email inbox. Okay, so that could be like the 4 things that I do as part of my morning routine. So I can put a little reminder up there. I can also make this into a heading. So I can just put the normal text, make that medium. So this is my morning routine habit tracker. Now I can go down here, and now the thing is, what you can also do, and this is something that once you've created the table, I know you're desperate to know how to create the table. Just bear with me 1 minute. What you can do is when you tap on these little 4 dots here, it automatically selects the table. You can then copy that table. So on a Mac, it would be Command C. On a Windows, I'm not sure. Oops, I've got to come out of that. Sorry. We will just put my little mouse down there, go down there, and then just paste that in there. And then I can just change the numbers around for May. So I don't know what May is, but let's just do May 2023. Again, because I'm using this color code to denote this is about morning routines or whatever, let's just see, when does May start? So if we go into the calendar, oops, my calendar open, May starts... May starts on a Monday, which is really easy to do. So all I would have to do is, again, I would clear this. So I'm clearing the gray and making that back to 0. And then again, what I can do is I can go down there, select those, hit return, hit delete, select these and hit delete. And then all I have to do is start again. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You get the idea. So that's one way of being able to put together your habit tracker. Now, the question I hear you asking is, how do I create this table? So let's just delete these. We'll stick with the one there. So basically what we want to do is create a basic table. And again, you just go up to the top left there, insert, go for table. You get 2 columns to start with. If you move your mouse to the right there, you can see the plus. So I'm just going to create 7. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm not worried about the rows at the moment because I want to get these lined up. So the way to line those up, there isn't actually, I've tested to see if there is a way to do this, but just bear with me. You have to actually go through each one and move them close. Just get an approximation at the moment because there is a trick that you can do. In fact, actually, as I'm doing this, what I've noticed is that there's a limit to where you can go. So if you just pull it to the left as far as it will go, you will automatically create the squares. So as you can see, as I'm pulling there, it stops. So I don't know if you can see that it stops when I let go. So now I actually have 7 squares across, and I've got 2 squares down. For some reason, it's not quite as long as that one. But anyway, this is something else I've just learned. And then all we have to do is tap on the rows, and we can just create 5. 1, that's 3, 4, 5. So now I've got my table. And theoretically, if you don't want to go any further, you can leave it right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my mouse in there, and I'm going to put a divider, because the next one is going to be 50, let's say 50 push-ups per day, and move down. And what I'm going to do is call this May 2023. So as we now know, May is on a Monday, so I can go in here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and go into here, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then 15. You get the idea. So 30 days. Are we 30 days in May? That's a good question. Is there 30 days in May? I know there's most people saying yes, 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 or no, no, no. So anyway, let's just say there is. So what I'm going to do here is, again, I'm just going to do Option and then Option there to highlight. Whoops, and tap there, and then Shift. That highlights those 5 remaining blocks. I'm going to grey those out so it shows that they're not part of it. And there we go. I now have my habit tracker set up for May 2023. And I can just copy once you've created one table, you can just copy and paste them as often as you need them and create as many of these habit tracking boxes that you want. So for those of you who have got subscription fatigue, are tired of just looking and trying new apps, and you're already in the Evernote ecosystem, then here's something that you can use for your tracking of habits. And the great thing I found about using Evernote for anything like this is simply that, most people use Evernote, have been using it for years and years and years. And so I've been using Evernote, for instance, for like 12, nearly 13 years. So I have now got a record in 10 years' time when I come back and say, oh, wow, in 2023, this is what I was doing. These were the habits I was tracking. I can marvel at the fact that it's now become a habit and I don't need to think about it. So there you go. I hope you found that useful. It just gives you another way that you can use Evernote in some surprisingly interesting ways and can save you money, a monthly subscription of all things. So it's entirely up to you how you want to use this, but I just wanted to show you that there is a great way of being able to track your habits. One more thing before I finish though, I would recommend if you are doing this, then you add this to your favorites, because you can pin it to home, for instance, which would be the home button, which is a great way of doing it. Or you can just simply add it to your favorites or your shortcuts. And the easiest way I find to do that is just to drag it onto shortcuts. And now that's in there. When I go to my home button, I've got my shortcuts here and I've got my habit tracker right there. Tap and I'm straight into it. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching this video. And it just remains for me now to wish you all a very, very productive week.
Hello, thank you very much for watching my videos. Now I have something exciting to tell you about. Recently I have developed a brand new time management system. It's a system designed to manage your time in the 21st century. The world has changed a lot over the last 20 years. In fact, it's actually changed a lot this year. And what we need now is a system, a time management system that is very easy to use, easy to maintain, so that you can spend more of your time doing the work. And that's what the time sector system is all about. It's going to change your whole belief system about the way a time management system should work, because this focuses on when you are going to do the task. And let's be honest, it doesn't matter how motivated, inspired, or how urgent something is. If you don't have time to do it, it is never going to get done. And that's what this system is built around, getting your work done, so you can spend more of your time doing the things that you want to do. I hope you join me in this course. The full details of the course are in the show notes below, so please join me, and thank you very much for watching this brief video.